Hi everybody. Give me a second. There's something wrong with this camera. Hey, much better. Okay. Um, let's just see if anybody else turns up. Got two people. Some people are being put off by my lack of technical skills with streaming. Maybe I'll just start and stop this again. No, I'm just going to stay the course. Okay, so pretty balanced overnight. Both crude and ES. Going to go through quickly the weekly prep for that. Did a lot of debriefing this week. I can't stress how important that is. I'm sure you guys are all listening to what I'm saying and doing the same. ES and crude correlation's been pretty high lately as we see a easing in tariff tensions. Um, so worth bearing that in mind. Similar structures as well. We've been balancing both in crude and in ES, and we've recently just broken out. Friday was probably the trigger for both. We broke out of 63.50 something in crude after the non-farm, and ES has been trading higher after a breakout on NFP. Um, we're going to start with the ES, but I just want to highlight that today's Monday. Like to take it easy. It's a bit of an information day. Just trying to see, what's going on. I'm looking at how the key areas of reflection on my prep are going to be tested, how they're going to be traded, what the reactions are going to be. We're currently sitting at one right now, 65.02. Actually took a scalp off their short. You can see it here. I just got out of a short from, I think I got 65, stop at 05s. Got out into the 90s. 10 tick scalp. Why did I take the short? Because it's an area that I was looking at in my prep. I will post my prep at the bottom of this YouTube video in the notes. I will let you guys have a look and reflect on it, see how it compares to your stuff. Because I did so much journaling this weekend, the prep's probably not as good or as thorough as it normally is, but I think it's good enough. And I have a good idea about what I want to expect for the week. So how many people are on the stream now? We've got a few. All right, cool. We'll start then. Being weekend, being Monday, you want to be well aware of the weekly events, what's been going on, what's the narrative. I do anyway. The big thing today is going to be the China-US talks in London. I've just had, I don't know if you can see in the background, probably can't, but in the background I've got my TVs going. I've got CNBC, Bloomberg, and just flicking through those, just listening for any comments from any of the attendees there. We just had Hassett talking that he expects a big handshake at the end of it and export controls to be lifted on rare earths. This is a big thing, big theme for these markets at the moment. Can these tariff talks be walked back a little bit, as we've seen Taco Trump do since he announced the mindless tariffs on the global economy. So well worth paying attention for any news flows. You've got a squawk. I would recommend it. ES is pretty balanced. We're just currently trading at and on the Friday POC 14s. I'll explain why that's important. We broke out, but we pretty much balanced on Friday. We're going to have a look at that too. I'm going to just cut to my research and prep now. So we're going to start off with the ES. We're going to have a look at the weekly structure, monthly, have a little quick chat about that one as well, and have a look how that's going to reflect on our trading today and going forward. What are we looking out for? Where is it? Okay, this is already been posted in Twitter. This is my Notion. Let's just go to the site. Nope. Something has gone wrong. Proceed anyway. Okay, here it is. Give me a second. Okay. There it is. Okay, this is the prep. So these are the high impact events for the week. We've got CPI and PPIs to look out for. Wednesday, really big one, CPIs. Want to be paying attention to that. You want to be doing your prep and you want to be doing your analysis for that upcoming event, how things are moving. The key thing that we're looking out for is going to be the US trade talks in London right now. It's going on as we speak, so I want to be kind of well alert for any kind of events. Daily, one time framing high, that's Fridays. We've broken out of balance. We're going to go look at that as well. We want to see this market continuing to hold above that 6,000 level, where last week we really saw, for the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of sellers underneath there and just above it. Now we want to see, trade now accepting above 60.40 last Friday's POC. We want to be aware of the weekly structure below us. How we got to where we are now. We are trading. We just traded breakout of inside week. Confirmation was above 59.56. We really want to see that hold. Really, really important. The weekly profile P distribution. We saw some, pretty balanced, but then it kind of, saw some late in the week strength on the NFP results. We're currently breaking out the 4-week balance. Monthly, we're one time framing higher. We've taken out the prime month's highs, and this is quite important. We want to make sure that we just pay attention to that area, 6,008. So we've got a lot of confluence around the 6,000 level. We've got 6,008, got 6,014, Friday's POC. There's a lot of things here, but I think really the crux of it is try to hold above that 6,000. If we drop a little bit below, not the end of the world. We want to try and hold on to those Friday lows, those 82s and last week's POC. I think get down below last week's POC could be in trouble. Anyway, I'm just quickly going through this. I'm not going to read it through any great depth because we're going to have a look at some charts. But please go and have a look through this, and you can see basically what I'm kind of looking at. The analysis is there for you to all have a look at. So let's just kind of quickly have a look at the weekly. That should come up. Here we go. Let's do that. Okay, this is just a quick look at the weekly profile. So you can see here, this is the 1, 2, 3 3-week balance. It just shows that we've got overlapping value. We've got no significant breakout from this area of balance until Friday, where we've broken up above that 87, that prior high, and we're holding. We've got the weekly POC just below it at 82, and we're now currently trading at 60.15, which is Friday's POC, 60.14, around there. So what we want to see, we just want to see this consistent trade above that area there, above Friday's POC, where we've seen kind of this this is the overnight. Overnight is pretty much traded above 92. and contained under 6020. So that's just holding in this little area here. Okay, we're just trading in the above the prior week's POC. Should we fail back through the POC, I think that if we fall back through the prior week's highs, that's really important. So I'll be looking out for that. I would think that, you know, given Friday's breakout pattern, island day, could indicate excess, and failure to for continuation and break back through 56 would be a bad omen, and we could end up rotating back down. Where would I be looking to take out? Would be last week's lows. Okay, so something along those lines. And that's basically looking at the weekly profile. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to go into it in as much detail as I can do. It's all in the prep that's been posted on Twitter for you guys to have a look at. Let's have a look at the daily profiles and how we can sort of zone in a little bit on what's going on. Let me just move that mic there a bit better. Let me just have a look. Are there any comments? Any comments? Can anyone hear me? Any questions? I can't see anything actually. Something wrong with this. Test, test. Okay, I'm going to carry on with this regardless. I hope that you're all listening or can hear me. Okay. Here I'm looking at the daily profiles for the week. Sorry, for the daily. This is where we've broken out of. This is the area of balance. It was just on top of another area of balance. That's the prior weekly balance high 56 that we're really looking for. This little area here, I've highlighted it here. A move below there could fall. Could bring us back to take out the prior week's lows, which is Thursday's tail lows, or a test into that area, which is highlighted in this blue area here for you. At the moment, we're just currently trading at the weekly POC VPOC. The POC, which is the market profile point of control, is 6,006, which is just above that monthly prior high. Okay, the prior monthly high. So really, we want to see activity hold above this area here, so that we can then start pushing on higher. So this profile here, as I explained on Friday, is a inside island day. It's got value is outside of the prior profile, and it tends to be quite choppy, and that's what we saw on Friday. We've got a normal variation day, so we've got like a single IB break to the downside here, but then we found responsive buyers at the at the monthly POC. There it is. There's the monthly POC. There's the tail. So sellers come back into this to test this weekly POC, and then we find responsive buyers. But we're also finding sellers up in these upper echelons here, particularly around 6020. Keeping a keen eye on that area today, and also to see why that area is important. Go and have a look at your 5-minute charts. This is on my I didn't actually post this, but sorry, let's just have a look why 6020 is important. There's 6020 there, rejection, 6020 then again rejection, and we are trading currently now just below 6020. We've got sellers there again, so pay attention to that area. It's going to be crucial to what happens today. Okay, we want to see, is that seller stepping away? Right, this is really, really important. God, it'd be nice if we had some feedback. If someone could just message me and let me know they could hear me, that'd be really good. Oh, Josh, no comments. volume is a bit low and a bit better since you moved the mic. Ah, thanks, Josh. There you go. Sorry, I can't do everything right. Okay, I'm doing the prep. I'm just useless at doing these video presentations. Anyway, so that's basically what we're looking at. Any fall below Friday's low. Let's go back to it. Any drop below Friday's low is danger. Look to test that 56 area. I want to see buyers respond to that area. I want to see it potentially hit Tuesday's POC. Possibly should have had an arrow there actually as well into 56 and for a bounce up there. If buys do not hold 56, be careful. This, if we take out Thursday's tail low, this would really invalidate the breakout, and they would start trading below 56. We could start rotating back down. Okay, so that's really kind of the crux of it. Hold above Friday's highs, in particular above POC. You know, around above 6,000 really, above this area here. Start holding above there. We can start pushing up high. I tend to only like to trade at the areas I've kind of indicated on my chart, like and in my notes. I like to look for trades at MGIs. Okay, that pretty much sums up the ES. Before I get on to the crude, I just want to kind of highlight something that I do. I think it's quite important. Given it's Monday, given we're pretty balanced, here's a tip for you guys. So I don't like to trade dead markets. So one thing that really gives me an alert to, you know, being dead is volume. So as you can see, volume only is highlighted as above average when these candles light up blue. Red is, you know, it's, you know, low volume activity. So I don't really want to be trading or taking action in these red zones. I want to focus on when there is activity above average. I want to see activity driving price, volume driving price, not the other way around. So I'm gonna, you know, just put that with you. That's something that I do on a Monday. What markets do I want to trade? Well, you know, I want to trade the busy markets, but we're pretty lackluster going into this this meeting between the Chinese and the US. So that's just a word of warning, waiting for comments or kind of signs of volume coming through on that. Right, let's go quickly to my crude oil prep. Now, I haven't published this yet, but if there's demand, I will publish it. Let me just get to it. Pretty similar to the way I do the prep in the ES. I kind of look at what the macro things I'm looking at. I've had a look at the news. I haven't published everything here because it just takes up too much space. But it's a good idea to, you know, go and have a look at what the news events, what are big things we're looking out for this week. We've already seen extended sanctions on Iran late on Friday, and we've seen this continued push higher on the back of NFP. Keep your eye out on any news on Iran. Even Russia and Ukraine, but bigger picture that we're really looking at is the you know, the growth prospects given tariffs. Okay, so one time framing higher. That's, you know, Friday's breakout. Weekly still in balance. Some of you might think it's not, but it is. I'll explain why. Monthly is also in balance. Just quickly, we want to kind of just highlight the fact that we're trading above last month's high, 63.48, but we were still in balance. But we want to see activity holding above 63.48. Weekly, just skipping back to that now, we've got a breakout in play right now, and we want to see activity hold above this 64.48, 64.47, which is pretty much where we closed above it at 58 on Friday. So we want to see the P distribution from Friday hold. We want to see the singles. We don't want to see the low singles encroached on. They might be a little bit, but not too much. We want to see buys. We've seen responsive buys down there. Initiative buys down there. We want to see a continuation that they're there. We want to see signs that, you know, those buyers on Friday from 63.50s are still there. If we start falling below 63.50s, Friday's lows, then that's going to be bad. So that's just quickly, I'm just running through my prep. We're going to look at the charts, but feel free to have a look at this. One thing to note is the fact that, as we've been consolidating, volume's been dropping, and the range has been dropping. So this is pretty lackluster range last few weeks, 1, 2, 3. This we just popped out the 3-week balance, 1, 2, 3, there it is. We've seen range contract, possible expansion as we're breaking out now. The areas that we're looking to target are on my weekly charts. They're kind of my high time frame things. One of the areas I really want to focus on is 65.02 because that's the top of the gap, and we can see here we're now starting to hold above it. Remember I said at the beginning that I'd taken a short there at 65s. It was a nice response from sellers there. Pretty weak hands though. Pull back 10, 12, 15 ticks, and then we're back up there, and now we're trading above it. So this is showing me good strong signs for continuation, as overnight we've traded above 64s with the low at 64.20, which is well above the kind of danger zone around 64s, and we'll go through that in a minute. So let me just open this one quickly. Feel free to go through this at your own time. I've got a bullish case, negative bearish case scenario here. One of the key things I want to look for is just keep an eye on the 64 area. Start encroaching on that, we might take out Friday's lows, and that could be dangerous for this breakout idea. But at the moment we've got a bullish bias given this. Is this opened? Yes, there it is. Okay, so this is just the weekly profile. You can see there's the 1, 2, 3 weeks balance, but this week took out the prior week's lows. This week took out that week's highs. So we are still in balance, even though it looks like we are one time framing high. We're not, because we need to see 2 consecutive weeks for that to be the case. We're just currently in balance. We took out the prior lows, now we're taking out the prior high. So one negates the other, we're still in balance. So there is potential, given the fact that the high time frames are not all aligned. We don't have one time framing high on the monthly. We don't have one time framing high on the weekly. We only have one time framing higher on the daily. So basically the lowest time frame is showing initiative action above 64s, 64.47s, this prior high here, but 64.40, but it has potential to fall back inside. So keep an eye on this little volume node up here at top. Start falling back below last week's value area. Start falling back inside value area. Last week's value 63.80. We could start rotating into POC and then down to the extreme of value. That goes, then we're looking at this composite volume here, 61.80, which is just below that. Was it Tuesday low? So that's just basically a quick rundown of the weeklies. It's all here in the prep. I advise you guys to have a look at it. Did I do the daily? No, I didn't, you lazy bastard. All right, okay. I didn't have time. Let's have a look quickly at the daily then. I'm surprised by that. Also showing my age, the fact that I forgot that I didn't do it. All right, okay, so apologies for that. Daily profiles, we'll just have to run through them here on this. There's your balance, prior balance. That's your, that's the top, that little area there. You want to kind of make sure 64s, right at the bottom of these singles from Friday is holding. We've got this P distribution, initiation higher, but then found response from sellers. But look at what's happened overnight. This is the overnight session today. We have basically tested back down into 64.20s, and we have stepped up above that 65.02. Why is that 65.02 level so important? Let's just have a quick look. Okay, it's an RTH. Let me have a look. 1 second. Apologies. Just a one-man team, guys. Just a one-man team. Okay. Let me have a look. Are there any comments? But I want to show you the kind of thoroughness of the prep that a prop trader goes through. A real prop trader. You know, the ones on the floors. The ones, you know, at Axia, the ones on, the floors at Marix where I've been. There's a lot of preparation that goes into this. A lot of it is a lot of this is, laborious. It takes time, but it gets you into the frame of mind. You understand the auction, you understand what's been taken, you understand the battle between the buyers and the sellers, so you can really narrate it, and you can see, like I've got a bullish bias in ES and Crude this week, but it's reflective on the fact that what's happened on before. I understand the areas where it's broken, the key areas where we kind of been pushing up against 6,000s, and we've finally broken up, and we're trying to hold above it. We've dipped below it overnight today, but we're back above 6,000. I understand like where are the key areas that the market's trying to hold. I can see the battles. I'm seeing them in real time because I'm at my desk 24/7. Wife gets pissed off with that, but I understand a little bit about what I'm looking for for a push higher. The key thing that's really going to be the trigger today, I think, is going to be the news coming out of China and the US. I think we already had Hassett. Yeah, I'll just keep my eye on the TV, see if anyone else comes on, and the squawks. Okay, if you don't have a squawk, get a squawk. Have 2 or 3. Oh, somebody's at the door. Guys, I'm going to have to pause this because could be important. I'll be back in 1 second. Guys, I've been on mute. Oh, so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's awful. Okay, worst stream ever. I'll probably edit the last bit and cut it out. Any questions, guys? I don't have time to carry on with what I've been doing. I'm sorry that I was on mute. I wish there was at least... I'm gonna have to get somebody to start watching these with you guys and let me know if there's any issues with the stream whilst it's going live, because I have no idea when I'm talking. Any questions, guys? Really sorry. Apologies for that. Yes, I know. Sorry, Jim. I've got to cut this stream short now, though, and unfortunately, I've been talking with the mute on. The prep is there. I will put the links at the bottom of this video for you guys to review. I probably won't do it before the open. I'll try and do it before the end of the day. Didn't go into CL because as much details because obviously I was muted and I was just talking about it just now. Apologies. Are there any questions on the ES? Perhaps that's more reflective of what I've gone through. But the key thing is just to have a look at the amount of work that goes into doing a prep for the upcoming week. This is how most of the guys on Axia that I learnt how to journal properly do it. Really thorough. And the debriefs are really thorough. If you see my NFP breakdown, it's probably took me about 2.5 to 3 hours to do actually. Really went into a lot of detail. Doing a lot of videos in there as well, but there was a lot of learning as well. So it all pays back. Okay, all right, Jim. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry that I was on mute. Got distracted by the door, and not only did I lose my place, but okay. I'll catch you guys for another stream another time. Thanks.